This is ANN News Brief.
An Al-Shabab suicide car bomb has killed at least 8 persons in the central Somali town of Galkayo on Saturday. More than 50 others were wounded in the attack that had targeted military commanders. Witnesses say a vehicle exploded as military officials were leaving a hotel for a reconciliation meeting. 2 Somali commanders, Brigadier General Abdelhamid Mohammed Derir and General Abdulaziz Abdullahi Koje, survived the attack. The body of the suicide bomber was cleared from the scene for burial by residents as they cleaned up the attack site. This was Al-Shabab's second major attack in Somalia this month. 5 persons were killed in a hotel attack 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, the United States military has conducted a record number of attacks against Al-Shabab and pro-Islamic militant groups in Somalia this year. The U.S. military had conducted 60 airstrikes in Somalia so far this year, a vast majority of them against Al-Shabab militants. 47 airstrikes were carried out last year and 30 in 2017. Sudan State Prosecutor has said on Sunday the government has opened an investigation into crimes committed in the Darfur region by members of the regime of ousted former President Omar Al-Bashir. The United Nations says at least 300,000 persons died in the conflict between pro-government forces and ethnic minority rebels. Another 2.5 million persons were displaced. The International Criminal Court has 2 outstanding warrants for Al-Bashir's arrest on charges of genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity. The warrants were issued in 2009 and 2010, but Al-Bashir has not been extradited to The Hague. The former dictator was sentenced by a Khartoum court earlier this month. He will serve 2 years corruption sentence in a detention center. This is the first of many cases against him. The former dictator also faces investigation for his role in the 1989 coup that brought him to power. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
8 West African countries have agreed on Saturday to change the name of their common currency to ECO and stop using CFA francs that tie them to their colonial ruler France. Their currency was pegged to the French francs and has been linked to the euro for about 2 decades. Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Mali, Niger, Senegal and Togo, all former French colonies except Guinea-Bissau, presently use CFA francs. The announcement came on Saturday during a visit to Ivory Coast by French President Emmanuel Macron. Ivory Coast is the world's top cocoa producer and France's former main colony in West Africa. Macron said the major changes are a historic reform. He also said the ECO will see the light of day in 2020. That is ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.